So, Robert, I wanted to talk to you about the invisible nature of brain injury, especially in concussion. There is no diagnostic test that diagnoses a concussion. There's no X-ray, there's no MRI. So a lot of it's based on symptoms. And, that's a big challenge for people that weren't diagnosed right away, but maybe living with some symptoms months, years later, that they don't really understand what's going on. And a lot of people can't see it from the outside. What are your thoughts or experiences around that?
I would agree with you. And I could maybe sort of give a bit of an analogy. In 1983, I tore my ACL in my knee. It was a common knee injury for many kinds of athletes, football players, hockey players, basketball players. And so I had it reconstructed, but it's never been 100% the way it was before the injury. So if I'm walking down the street, you would not be able to see that I tore my ACL. But if I do go for a run or I do a workout at night, I do have to, I have to ice it. I have to give it special attention. And I have to address that issue. And, physiotherapists and doctors have given me advice on how to cope with it and how to deal with it for the rest of my life. But, I think that's somewhat similar to, a brain health issue where if you've identified it and you know that it's there, that there are people who can help you address it and work with you and deal with it and cope with it and try to get your health back up to as much as it could be as it was before.
Yeah, I completely agree. And there's no brain replacement.
Unless you've had something similar, you really don't appreciate what they're going through. So I think that's the important thing, is to create sort of an awareness of not only your brain health, but also to understand other people's issues and try to help with and deal with what they're coping with. I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, and it's helpful for people to know they're not alone, that there may be other people that are experiencing, if they're out there and they're feeling scared or anxious about their brain health, that there's other people that have been through this, have sought support, and that there are, strategies that people can implement to cope and live better lives and optimize their health.
Yeah, I agree. And just like, a physical injury, you go to a physiotherapist and they recommend you do A, B, C, and D, the same thing with your brain health. You can see a specialist and they can prescribe what the best course is. And hopefully you improve and you're able to cope, and other people who are aware of that issue will have understanding and perhaps help deal with those things.
Yeah, finding the answers they need and living their best lives possible is important.